Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am planning for the week of October 7th through the 13th. I'm using an old kawaii kit from Sweet Kawaii Design. I think at the time it was still called a mystery kit. It is from last year and it is this 90's themed kit. I used it for 2 weeks last year and I have 2 weeks worth of stickers left over. I want to quickly show you the outcome of last week's spread. I had a lot of fun filling it out and working with the stickers that my 3-year-old PJ put down. We had a really fun Halloween party on Saturday, and because of that and preparing for that, I decided to push my video and get it done later than usual. Throughout the week, we worked on Halloween decorations and fun projects, and then for the actual party, my main focus was getting a bunch of little desserts and appetizers prepped and ready for the party. We didn't have too many people coming over, but I wanted to have a lot of little cute different Halloween themed appetizers, so that was just a lot of fun for me to get all of that planned and ready to go. But it ended up taking me a whole lot longer than I had prepared for, so I wasn't able to get mine and my husband's costumes ready for the party. We decided not to worry about it. We just wore like Halloween shirts. I really wanted to get some pictures taken of all 4 of us in our costumes during the party to make Halloween a little bit less stressful, but now the stress is back on Halloween because I do have to get ready that day and try to get all of us in one picture. But it's okay, it was not a big deal. And my boys actually did dress up for about 10 minutes and they were really cute, but they did not want to keep their costumes on, so that should make Halloween a little more interesting. We'll see how long they last trick-or-treating in their costumes. And then on Sunday, we decided to make a little trip to see my brother-in-law and his girlfriend, and we had breakfast at this restaurant where my husband and I actually had our first date at over 12 years ago, so that was kind of fun to see our boys at this place where we used to love going. On the drive there, we pretty much confirmed that my 1-year-old gets car sick. The last time we went on a hike, we drove about 20 minutes to get there, and as soon as we arrived, he got sick all over the car. And usually we don't take him hiking, but that day my mom was not in town, so we had to take him with us. And we ended up not even hiking because I was worried that he was actually sick, even though he seemed to feel a whole lot better and he was back to his normal self like instantly. So on Sunday, it happened again, and that drive is pretty windy, so I'm not sure if he will do any better on a straight drive. But now that we have our San Diego trip coming up, it makes me really nervous to take him on the road. He's under 2, so there's no medication that he can take for motion sickness. And a lot of the suggestions I have seen online pretty much don't apply to him because he's so young. But I'm still going to try what I can to see if anything helps. And I'm really hoping that this is something that he will grow out of. I tend to get car sick occasionally, and I definitely take medication when I go on a boat or a plane or a helicopter. So I'm hoping this isn't something he has to deal with. I think this weekend we are going to take a drive on a different highway and just test out some of the things that I've read online, and I'm hoping that it does work because it'll make me feel a lot better about the long drive to San Diego. So for this week, I knew that color blocking wouldn't really work for the stickers that I have left because most of the half boxes and quarter boxes are a bunch of different designs, so they're not really the same colors as the headers. So I decided to mix up the headers and make sure that they were pretty evenly spread out. I kept all the checklists at the top and alternated the full boxes. As far as plans for this week, my main goal is to try to catch up on videos and try to get ahead for next week. I still have a bunch of different Halloween crafts that I want to do with the boys, and this week the weather has been pretty nice, so I've been taking them to the park pretty regularly. My 3-year-old actually just overcame his fear of the slide. Every time we've been going before, he would play with the huge clock that was on the playground. We would do that for a while, and then he'd want to go on the swings for the rest of the time. But on Monday, he decided to just walk over to the other side of the playground, and he tried out different parts of the playground. We usually sit and eat lunch before we go on the playground, and I think he has been watching other kids play on the different parts of the playground and climb up and down, and he just wanted to try it out. So there was one climbing part that he was going up and down over and over, like very slowly. And then on the other side, there's a slide. It's a small slide, but every time I tried to get him to go on it, he would only go on if I carried him and his brother in my lap. So now that his brother is getting bigger, it's just getting way too hard for me to go down with both of them. So I went on the other side and I took his brother and let him go by himself while I was holding him. And that made PJ want to try it for himself. So he sat down and asked me to hold his hand, and he slowly worked up to the point where he was climbing up the slide and sliding down on his own. I think it was such a freeing moment for both of us because I've been struggling with having both of them at the playground by myself. They both want to do different things, and I really need to keep my eye on both of them to make sure that they don't get hurt. But now that PJ feels comfortable doing things on his own, I am able to watch him while I am with his little brother and making sure that he doesn't get hurt. But I was just so proud of PJ, and I can tell that he was really proud of himself because he has been struggling to get on a slide for a long time. I'm hoping that the weather stays nice for a little longer so that we can keep up our lunchtime park dates and I can get that little bit of extra exercise throughout the week. Another fun thing we did last week was go to the movies, and we watched Joker. I don't really keep up with what movies are coming out in theaters, especially since having kids. I don't go to the movies very often. We used to go all the time before having kids and even while I was pregnant with PJ. But now that we live closer to family, it's actually an option for us to go to the movies, which is pretty exciting. But anyways, I kept seeing this trailer for the Joker movie and it made me want to go watch it, even though it kind of creeped me out. And I'm really happy that we went because I love the movie. Let me know your thoughts on the movie, if you've seen it or if you plan to see it. I did want to mention that the Kawaii kits aren't sold in the shop separately. They only come out for the subscription, but she does have $2 Tuesday sheets that are inspired by this 90's kit. So if you did want those, you can get them on Tuesdays. That is all I have planned for this video, so I will see you next time.